Hey everybody, Shay here. Welcome back to another blind reaction to Naruto with a little bit of analysis mixed in. No fancy edits, just me sharing an experience. And of course, welcome on this journey. We're gonna chill, we're gonna enjoy these things slowly, casually, and I hope you're enjoying the journey along the way. Of course, I'm enjoying coming back, and I really feel invigorated. Especially knowing that we have reached a sort of end to an arc, the tournament arc. We're definitely at the end of a phase 3 and rolling into a phase 4. There's a lot of act 3 kind of feelings coming out of this narrative right now, a lot of culminating pieces in the exposition. We got two antagonists that are a risk beyond the tournament themselves, but they're kind of bound into the tournament. Now, Gaara in particular isn't really bound into the tournament other than he's a Genin who's in the Chunin exam with his two siblings that I guess all of them made it, which is kind of a neat idea that they're still together, because maybe there's like another narrative that's part of the Sand Village and being unified like that and being as powerful as they are. Maybe there's something else there with the subtext, like the whole sand thing, maybe the subtext behind his feelings when he sees other people having emotional connections, the love mark on his head, and the woman that I didn't recognize on the bottom right when he has some flashback scene. I feel like all that is going to be connected, and the inner demon, and all that's going to come back into a phase 4. That's what I feel I'm looking forward to in the next maybe 10 episodes. But this is the ending of a season 2 for Netflix. Now, however the Western audience decided to split this, I hope they had some sort of idea around like how to leave it as a cliffhanger that makes people want to come back to a season 3. But that being said, maybe they weren't seasons on TV. I don't know the history of Naruto on TV, and if I had those conversations over the years in the comments, I've sort of forgotten the context behind that, beyond the fact that their seasons are not a thing inside the Naruto series, and that they're all just episodic. And so there is no real break. I mean, there's arcs and stuff like that, but there's no real breaks. Things just flow. And I do kind of appreciate the fact that in the last episode, it wasn't just a flashback providing exposition using like things that happened inside the tournament, which is what happened at the beginning of this season or at the end of season 1, where it felt like a lot of wasted, like duplicated footage. So they didn't do that. It was still a story. It still gave us the pieces, like set pieces with Kakashi and Kabuto. Little things like that are important. But these are also new seats. You know, we know that there was the whole double agent or like sleeper agent thrall thing going on with Kabuto, and that happened early enough in the phase 2 that it coming back around at the end of a phase 2 is a good mirror pattern for us to know that it's important. Like, it's important to phase 4, and those pieces have to come together. There's either going to be another turnaround, like maybe he's another, like he's a triple agent. Look, I don't know. Maybe he's working for the council. Maybe he's working for the elders of the other villages. Like, who knows? I don't know what this guy's play is right now. He's probably the most mysterious character on the field right now. Orochimaru is pretty straightforward. He's the primary antagonist. We've got Gaara as a secondary antagonist. But for him, it's more like an emotional connection, an emotional arc. Like it's a character depth moment that gives us a through line that also helps bring Sasuke's storyline to the forefront, because now we have two characters that are fighting with inner demons, and how do they come across, how do they kind of fight through that? Well, they're going to fight each other and we know that future's coming, and so like there's a lot of like good hooks in here, right, that are already cliffhanger-esque that should have been the last episode of the season. So we're going to switch this cam, flip over to episode 26. So I'm crossing fingers that this isn't just going to be like a culmination of clips to wrap up the season as like filler, I suppose.
Kidding me? Of all the guys you could have picked, you picked this guy to train me?
I do not know the context behind this.
He saw my harem jutsu once and he fell to pieces.
Are we going back to the harem jutsu? Episode 2? We just had a clip with Konohamaru in the last episode, and I just realized that didn't pan off. Like, there was no purpose to it. It was just there. But now you're bringing in the harem bone jutsu, and I'm like, wait, that's a connection point. I don't know where this goes, but I don't know, this strange connection point. Oh, we are gonna do flashbacks to like episode 2. Well, at least he survived. Got a trauma.
Harem jutsu? Oh, it's nothing. Just a little joke we shared.
I'm not sure the play here.
Wrong about Ebisu Sensei. Special Jonin, a private tutor who only trains the elite. Frankly, he's a better teacher than
I am. What?
You're the one whose basic skills need the most work. That's what I want you to focus on this time around. So if you really want to become strong, then just be quiet and pay attention.
Oh, maybe we get some, we get some character development for Ebisu.
But trust me, it's for your own good. Just do your best.
Oh man, okay.
Let's put it to a test, shall we?
Okay.
I want you to try running as fast as you can. If you can get away from me,
Okay.
I'll resign as your trainer.
Oh,
Is
damn.
that a man? This is the easiest deal I've ever made.
Here we go.
So long, sucker.
Okay. We're gonna have a silly Billy
Piece of
episode here.
cake. Eat my dust.
Hello. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna win this one, Naruto. But maybe that's your first lesson. So these assassins creating this whole situation here. Oh boy.
Control yourself, Ebisu.
Oh boy. Oh
There he
no.
goes again.
Oh,
Can't keep
no.
his eyes off the girls.
Oh no. Okay. What? Okay.
It was a good idea, actually. Just not good enough.
If you don't have three-dimensional sense.
Well, what are you waiting for?
I mean, right. Because if he does this, like, who's he gonna know is the real one, I
Again,
suppose,
not
right?
bad. However, you're
Okay.
not the only one who can perform the shadow
Oh,
clone
damn.
jutsu, my friend.
Bam. Bam. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna end this season with a Silly Billy episode. We got like an epic one. We got a silly one. And we get to come back to something crazy awesome in season 3. Oh, this feels like a filler. I mean, it's kind of important to the plot, I suppose. But man, maybe they needed to give us a break because like the Orochimaru plot is so heavy, you know, and the Sasuke like bringing it back to
Well, had
like
enough?
gotta kill him. That was heavy, right? So maybe they need to like take a step back and get people to chill a little bit.
You're real sticking
Oh
in
my
your
gosh,
ear.
come on, listen. You were asked to listen. Oh my gosh.
Kakashi is the only one I'll let train me.
Okay.
Either
I
he
mean,
trains me
it's
or no
loyalty.
one does.
Knucklehead Ninja.
Gave you some training. Huh?
Oops.
It was a
Oops.
clone?
Oops. Which one's the real one?
This game is over.
Rats!
All right.
One plain ramen
Oh, we got
and
the
one
silly
miso
music.
ramen
Dun,
with
dun, dun,
barbecue
dun,
pork.
dun. It's the ramen music.
go.
Hey! Dun, 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 dun. Holy, they are doing
Have a chance to
callbacks
observe
right
your
now.
technique first.
That was a 4-year memory. Let me be very clear with people. That dun, 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 dun. Robin Place was that was 4 years ago. I recorded that first episode and second episode.
It's
Oh, it's
clear
like
to
a
me that
mirror
one of your
scene.
weakest points is chakra control.
Oh,
Chakra
okay.
control?
That's gonna be important, man.
Exactly. When we compare your abilities in this
That's gonna be really important with who he's up against, right?
to successfully perform ninjutsu, genjutsu, and the like, a ninja must first build up his chakra.
Yeah, like you
Ooh,
said.
it's like so against Neji, it might be important. Well, because not really. I mean, understanding more about the chakra might be important, but like Neji's just gonna like pop, 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 pop. But then we got the Rock Lee angle to the narrative there too. Is that there's a whole gate thing now that's on the table. Like, now granted that's like a Rock Lee maneuver, but who knows? Who knows with this cartoon, right? Like, okay,
Jutsu!
pa.
She's perfect at building up her chakra to its full extent, and because she's so efficient, she can make clones without wasting any excess energy. His control over the chakra itself is so flawless that he has no problem producing 5 clones as easily as Sakura can. Sasuke does waste more chakra in getting there. You're no good at
Come on,
building
man.
up your chakra or controlling it. The result being you require much
just
more
wild.
chakra to produce any clones. After all the effort, and after wasting much more chakra than either Sakura or Sasuke, you can barely produce
Yeah, but hold on, because he can do the shadow clone jutsu. I mean, yeah, maybe he completely exerts himself when he does that. But I mean, this is also kind of not true. Like, we've seen that this is not true. No, that's not true, though.
In fact, using the same amount of chakra you use, Sakura and Sasuke could come up with 10 clones.
Yeah, but he's done, like, whole armies. What are we talking about right now?
I may have been exaggerating a bit in my comparison, but the
Okay, granted, shadow clone is a whole different thing. I guess.
bottom line is
I
control,
must have
that's
something
all.
wrong.
Yeah, well, if I'm such a lame-o, how
Between clone jutsu and the shadow, they got to be
come there
different.
have been times when I've done
So basically, like, Sasuke and Sakura can do clone jutsu, the normal one, and get more clones. Whereas he's effectively using shadow clone jutsu to get more clones. But that's kind of confusing. That just makes it all confusing, though. Not sure how to differentiate them then,
That's
you know?
not the same thing. That's only because you have reserves of energy and stamina that are hardly even human. After all, you waste too much of your strength.
Might have just been
Naruto, and
answered.
build up too
Let me
much
rewind.
chakra.
I've done better than
Okay,
they
my
have.
bad.
It's not the
My
same
bad.
thing.
Just watch.
That's only because you have reserves of energy and stamina that are hardly even human.
He's making a good point here, you know?
After all, how can I expect him to have control when he has the nine-tailed fox spirit's chakra
That's it then.
sealed within him?
Never mind. I take it back.
The
Explain.
point is, we
Get
both
it,
know
I
you're
get it.
strong. Your bill. Oh,
Uh-oh.
I forgot. Oh. Naruto!
That's your fault. Remember that? They're going way back, right back to episode 2. That's
you
crazy
mind
talk.
explaining why you've hired?
Naruto! Where do you think you're going? That's the women's bath! I will not allow any disreputable behavior, young man!
Disreputable behavior? What's he talking about? Like I was trying to sneak a peek? From what I know about him, he's the real pervert around here.
What is it? What's that look?
No.
I'm going to teach you how to walk on water. What is
Okay.
it now?
Do you...
You've already
Why
been
would
trained in how to climb a tree without using your
Okay,
hands,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
This is a variation of
Sakura could do it.
Well, perhaps it would be easier if I just showed you.
mean-
There, you see? That's how it's done.
Cool! Rating of whatever it is.
Chris Flash.
Not quite. Oh, by the way, don't forget it's a
so
hot
silly.
spring. You don't want to
It's
keep
so
falling in
silly.
like that. You'll be
Oh.
boiled like a lobster.
Very funny.
We're almost at the end here, bro. You can do this. I swear to God, if the episode
Well,
ended
you
that
seem
way,
unusually diligent
I'll say,
today,
don't do this for
Konohamaru."
another. Come on, Kanamaru.
Excellent.
Come on,
It looks like my
Kanamaru.
guidance is finally paying off.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Isn't it about time you were launching another surprise attack against Lord Hokage?
Oh.
Nah, I don't do that kind of thing anymore.
That's
Oh.
astounding.
Well, there aren't any shortcuts here.
Oh.
Huh?
Ooh.
Naruto told me
Okay.
that.
Oh, yeah.
He said I had to learn that
Yeah.
if I ever wanted to be Hokage.
Nice. And that's how they bring it back.
Whoa! Actually starting to get this.
Okay.
Incredible. He's right. To
He didn't
think that he's already
think he-
started to master it.
Okay. He didn't think he
I
would.
never imagined that he would have come so far.
He's determined, man. That's his thing. That's his
There
power.
are no shortcuts in anything.
Just keep pushing.
Perhaps you were a better teacher to Konohamaru than I was.
Oh man.
Seems I was wrong
Look at
about
that
you,
little
Naruto.
twist.
There is more within you than a demon's spirit.
Why was that creepy, bro?
Are
What?
you peeking in the women's bath, old man?
Oh, come on, man.
Not allow any disreputable behavior!
What?
What are you doing?
What is that coming out of nowhere? Wait, where did the frog come from? Why am I don't. What?
What's wrong with you?
Is that a different
Keep
symbol
it
on it too?
down.
Oh, okay, I
Do
see.
you want to get us busted, you idiot?
What? What?
Who is this guy? He flattened my
busted?
trainer. And what's worse, he's an even bigger perv than Ebisu.
No, do not cliffhanger on this. You sons big. Do not. Damn it. That's the new ending too. Ooh. Okay, silly, potentially unnecessary, and it is going to do what I was not looking forward to it doing. It is going to extend into some silly Billy territory for a few episodes, especially where Naruto's involved. Maybe the other characters seem to get more serious because they have more serious attitudes. All of them except Lazy Boy. But maybe that changes. I don't know. Maybe they're all supposed to be sort of like a chill break, or we're only getting Naruto's point of view, and then they'll do a time skip. I just don't see them like spending time like that, episodes on that on a show called Naruto. So I'm kind of using some meta here to speculate on that for another reason, because narratively speaking, we can get Naruto's perspective, his training, what he might have picked up along the way, and that might be vital for the next phase. But then we also have the mystery of what all of those fights are going to reveal to us when the fights actually happen. And then the fights can be as exhilarating to experience for the first time, because we won't have any preconceived notions of how they've trained themselves in the month to learn these new powers that would then spoil how they fight against each other and how they bring these new powers onto the mat. It was kind of fun. The episode was fun, but it was definitely like the momentum is sort of gone. There's some crazy momentum. But I am super happy that I've actually reached another sort of milestone from the Netflix perspective, that I can say, we hit a milestone. Episode 50 was a milestone, but getting to 52 and clearing us into season 3, kind of excited. So we're obviously going to bridge into season 3 though, with a continuation of this and Toad Guy, whatever that was, Toad Perv, and maybe it becomes a major character later on. But I'm not sure. I mean, the fact that this series is still throwing new characters onto the field. I mean, not that this teacher, oh God, what was his name? Abisu, or Harem Nosebleed, as I like to call him. He gets brought into play, but he was already a character into play. It's just like it was a long time ago, and bringing him back and then giving him more context to the narrative that could be explored even further. It's like every character can get explored a little step further, and the fact that, you know, even someone like Kakashi would say that Abisu, did I say the name right again? It's a new name, man. This is what's crazy. It's dropping right now. Ibisu. So the fact that Ibisu is dropping in, and then it's like he's better than me even, right? It's like, what do you mean? Like, how could he be better than Kakashi? I feel like no one's better than Kakashi. Maybe that's a bias, but I just don't see it. But I sort of like the idea that they went back way to the first 2 episodes, you know, and then threading in the Konohamaru little piece there of Naruto being an inspiration, because we got that in the Village of the Waves plot. What's that kid's name? Oh, that was frig. Like I was looking forward to like maybe that turning into something way later on, but he felt like another kind of Konohamaru age kind of thing, where that gets to evolve and become something greater later on. In any case, he was an inspiration to that kid. Again, it's like a subtle, like kind of like not even secondary character. We're talking like down the list of like characters that are they're in the peripherals, and they're still getting airtime or page time if this is the manga. That's crazy. That's crazy, because it really sets up the fact that Konohamaru is going to be something greater in the narrative. I mean, and if that Konohamaru plot doesn't pan out at the end of this series, there's always the next one. There's always Baruto. There's years, decades of storylines that could get evolved, and I'm sure these characters age along the ways. And so, yeah, I could see this be like really long arcs playing out here. There's so many seeds There's so many seeds. It's not so many yet. There's like maybe half a dozen seeds that are planted that still have to sprout, but then there's all of these other things that can be seeds that are they're like the proto seeds that can be planted. They're seeds, but they're not quite established as something that can project a much longer arc. Yes, Konohamaru sort of establishes that there's a long play here. Long play, right? We're talking Naruto as inspiration, as teacher, but that whole plot needs to play out for Naruto before that influence, that inspiration flows into the next generation. That's kind of how I see like maybe that playing out. And that is a long narrative play. That's respectable. Anyways, that's all I can say about this episode, because it was so kind of left field, considering we just came off of the heavy weight of the tournament and stuff, and I was so close to the end of what... It was kind of an end, but it's not the end, but it was kind of an end. This is like a pretty decent break here before we move on to the next catalyst of events, which I'm sure, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Make a season 3 of it. I'm probably going to be off by 10 to 15 episodes at this point. It's the whole season makes up phase 4, and I'm off by, I don't know, 10 or 15, 16 episodes. I'm not sure. I'm not sure anymore. I'm going to have to get through the next, 4 or 5 episodes, and I'll get a vibe there. If they roll into the tournament like in the next 2-3 episodes, then I'm gonna be back to my pattern. I might be out by like maybe 5 episodes, but I'm not gonna say I'm off by 16 episodes. I don't feel that right now. I feel like they'll probably end like an arc partway through like the season 3, and maybe they're gonna not filler episodes, because you all would warn me, just don't spoil me about it, right? But like maybe like half of the season would be for a setup for the next arc, but it's going to be like a soft like act 1 of that arc, the phase 1 of that arc, if that makes sense. And I'll speculate when I get way into the season 3 there, because I'm getting ahead of myself again. But I feel like yeah, I'm gonna jump back into this in a few days. But I'm meandering with my words again. Thank you everybody for showing up and checking these out. I appreciate your time, of course. It's very valuable, and I'll catch you in the next stack of episodes. Don't forget to explore, engage, and inspire, buddy. Peace.